What is happening, fam? Happy Friday to all of you. Excited to talk about some of the news and stuff that happened today. Look forward to Raiders. We got the Raiders, baby. Feels great, baby. Let's go. So, as you know, we're going to get through the news, notes, things that we've observed, all that good stuff. We see you. We see you. Hop in here. We know you guys are here for the fire takes and not the Wi-Fi. We understand that. Wi-Fi is going to be fun one per usual for us. Shout out all you guys. Always, I see all the people. Young Hitter, Sean, Keith, Jason. I see you, Detail. I see all the fam. I see you guys. Squad goals. I see you, Tech. What's up, Tech? Chasing Gold, my guy. We see you. We see you. All right. All right. Everyone's in here. We got the pleasantries out of the way. What's up, fam? Oh, lots of love today. We like it. We like it. All right. All right. Let's get into it. First thing I want to talk about. It's a little bit more nuanced rather than just going through some of the notes and stuff. But Jalen Hurd today. Jalen Hurd is the man of the day today. Happy Jalen Hurd Day. It's Jalen Hurd Day today, ladies and gentlemen. So today started off with John Lynch going on to KNBR. I believe he went onto the morning show with those guys over there on KNBR and discussed a lot of things. One of the things that he had discussed, though, was Jalen Hurd. And he actually had some pretty solid things to say about Jalen Hurd. And not only that was this morning, but Kyle Shanahan just got done speaking with the media. And Kyle Shanahan just said that if Jalen Hurd's healthy, he's a top 6 wide receiver. So typically at this point of the year, with all the cuts coming and roster movement, especially the way high-level executives are, especially when they talk about players that could be on the move, could be on the go. The fact that Jalen Hurd got 2 votes of confidence from his general manager and head coach in the same day, interesting. I'm not sure I've seen that really happen like that before. But so far, that's good news for Jalen Hurd. Good news for us as fans, because obviously a healthy Jalen Moore, at least from what we've seen in the past, could be a big-time contributor, especially as the 6th wide receiver on this team. That's pretty nice to have. It's pretty nice to have, not going to lie. So a lot, some positivity headed towards Jalen Hurd today. So good stuff. Like if Jalen, so that's part of the positive regarding the wide receiver position and some of the things that were said today about Jalen Hurd. But we did get some unfortunate news. So as it sounds like, we have 2 vote of confidence comments from general manager John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, head coach. That kind of sounds like he might be making it. It kind of sounds like he might be making it. If you guys have been watching me, I've had the tinfoil hat theory that there's a potential, like, well, maybe they're putting him on the shelf. Maybe they're not really trying to show him. And if they don't show him, maybe you sneak him onto the practice squad. But that is completely blown out of the water when both the head coach and general manager basically go on national airwaves and say, we like this guy and he has a good job to produce, as a good opportunity for this team if he stays healthy. Not only that, he's one of the best 6 wide receivers on the team when healthy, according to Kyle Shanahan. So maybe everything that happened this camp with Jalen Hurd was purely maintenance related. Just really wanted to keep the wear and tear low on Jalen Hurd. give him an opportunity to stay healthy through camp. He has. So let's go. It really is starting. And with what was said today, just based on the comments alone, because we talked about it yesterday, the top 5 wide receivers that we think are going to make this team. Kyle even talked about it. There's 5 wide receivers that are only up on game day. So those 5 wide receivers are going to be Deebo Samuel, Brandon Iuke, Trent Sherfield, Mohamed Sanu, Juwan Jennings, and it sounds like the 6th. Sounds like that 6th guy that we've been, obviously it started with who's wide receiver 3. We locked in Trent and Sanu, after Deebo and Iuke. After that, I was like, all right, well, who's going to round out the room? And it sounds like it's going to be Jalen Hurd, at least based on the comments that were made today. The flip side of that is someone who was competing for that number 6 spot was wide receiver Richie James. We actually just found out today that, or actually not too long ago, that Richie James is going to have knee surgery, and he will be out for up to 6 weeks. That's a big hit in the sense for Richie James. I know Richie James has had a very tumultuous camp, for lack of a better word. Has been dealing with some drops, has been dealing with some issues. Obviously, it appears some guys have jumped him, such as Trent Sherfield and Mohamed Sanu, where it kind of felt like going into this camp that Richie James had the path forward to secure that wide receiver 3 spot. We see you, Matt, here for the McDonald's Wi-Fi. We appreciate you. So it really feels like the wide receiver room is starting to fall into place. Again, with the comments today, it's really hard to not anticipate Jalen Hurd making the roster with some of the comments that were made today. So that's one of the things. Brandon Iuke, I believe, was held out today due to a hamstring tightness. From my understanding, doesn't sound like he will be available to play against the Raiders, which I'm okay about, I guess. Obviously, the 49ers are going to have to rely on that guy a lot. Brandon Iuke is going to be a big-time player for the 49ers this year. So we're absolutely going to need him. And we're going to need him healthy. If not, the guy who's going to step up a lot and probably play a lot against the Raiders is going to be Trent Sherfield. I think Trent Sherfield, if Iuke isn't going, Trent Sherfield is the one who sees the most benefit of that. We saw that in camp when Deebo pulled himself out of a team period. It was a 2-minute drill situation. Deebo came up a little gimpy, pulled himself out, and the person that came in the 11 personnel sets it was Iuke, Sanu, and Sherfield. So if any of, Iuke or Deebo get a little ding, Trent Sherfield is going to be that next guy up. So I imagine we're going to see a decent amount of Trent Sherfield on the field on Sunday against the Raiders, with Brandon Iuke potentially. Sounds like he's not going to play. So I'm okay with it. Again, it's the last preseason game of the year. If we got little nicks and dings now, I'm fine with sitting them out, and just waiting for week 1. No issues with that. 49ers cornerback Jason Verrett and Dre Greenlaw were also held out of practice today. Again, nothing serious with those guys. Just wanted to keep them out. So really the most significant news to come out of camp today was the Richie James. The Richie James situation was a bit shocking. I wasn't anticipating it. So tough to hear that. Tough to see Richie go down like that. It's been a tough offseason for Richie. Considering the battles that they're having in that room, and to end it like this, just hopefully get healthy. Maybe he becomes a practice squad stash, and we can use him as a contributor in the return game, all kinds of different things throughout the year. But I imagine he doesn't make the roster, or somehow ends up on like a PUP list, something like that. Again, because if he's not going to be available for 6 weeks, and he already was having a tough time kind of secure that 6th spot, it's going to be interesting to see how they manage it. Some other things from practice that came away was Jalen Moore was available for stretching periods. He didn't practice yesterday. And then today there's an interesting roster transaction. The 49ers re-signed O-line Corbin Kufasi, who they had originally released to make room to get the roster down to 80 from 85. So he was just released maybe 3 days ago. Might not even been that long. But they bring him back, and they waived safety Kai Nakua. Kai Nakua had that really nice sack against the Chargers. He made a couple plays here or there. But Kai Nakua gets waived. I think this move of re-signing Corbin, waiving Kai when Tart since Tart is back, Tart is back. He's off the PUP. He's practicing. That means there's another safety available. So I just think that made Kai, unfortunately, expandable from a roster standpoint. And then I don't know if we got a clear answer or not if Trent Williams will be up against the Raiders or not. So that the move of bringing Corbin Kufasi back, potentially Jalen Moore, don't necessarily know what his involvement is going to be. That could be a move that helps supplement that kind of situation. And again, the whole goal is to get everyone healthy to week 1. That's the goal. So if any of these guys have little nicks, dings, or whatever, I'm fine with keeping them out against the Raiders. Like I said, with how they've done with Mac staying out and Trent Williams staying out, I feel like the guys who have come in have gotten really good experience and done a decent job. So definitely okay with that. It doesn't sound like D Ford will be playing in the Raiders game. So we are going to put D Ford on the shelf till week 1. 100% happy with that. 100%. I'm okay with that. Let's save D Ford. Same thing with Bosa as well. Sounds like he could be left out. Maybe he sticks around for a couple plays. We'll see. Again, I have zero issues with putting Nick Bosa on the shelf. Week 1, let's go. Because guess what? This is the Arden Key revenge game. I'm trying to get Arden Key 3 sacks against the Raiders. Sit Bosa, sit D Ford, just sit them down. We know what they are. We know what they're capable of. Week 1, they'll be fine. Let Arden Key go crazy against the Raiders. Just let him go crazy. The Raider fans don't like Arden Key. They don't like him. And I think he lightweight feeds off that. So I want Arden Key to go ham. I'm talking like I'm saying 3. I want 3 sacks from Arden. I want Arden to just, I think it was a rough situation. He's clearly spoke about it. He spoke to the media about it. We interact on Instagram. When I said it was Raider Week and I posted that meme of all these different images of useless items, and one of them was a Raider helmet, he commented on it, and Raider fans came down his road Raider fans were not happy to see Arden Key posting on that meme. And I know Arden's ready. It's, again, going to be a numbers game with that position. But he's a guy who's got a ton of run in camp. Has actually been a solid player. You see the potential with Arden Key. Again, Arden Key has speed. I remember one rep where he got Jalen Moore so bad in camp. He got him so, like, not necessarily Jalen Moore did a bad job or anything. It was Arden Key who did a great job. If you guys are following me on Instagram, I have an affinity for Brian Burns, defensive end he's with the Panthers. Again, he was a draft crush of mine, massive draft crush of mine. Probably one of my favorite players in the league right now. What Brian Burns does super, super well because of his length and speed and the combination of it, he's super good at setting up outside speed. So what Arden Key did in a one-on-one, I don't even think it was a one-on-one. I think it might have been a team period. Jalen Moore is playing left tackle. Arden Key sets up outside speed to the edge. So, Jalen does what he does. He works his pass set to anticipate outside speed. And Arden just went, like, in a blink of an eye, swam, counter move inside. Jalen was just like, oh, where'd he go? Like, he literally just levitated. He set up outside, swam, over counter to the inside, and it was just a beautiful move. So Arden Key, I think, has an opportunity to have a really nice game. So I'm excited. Moody, we're talking about Arden Key 3-sack revenge game. Let's go. Arden Key is about to go ham against the Raiders. So super excited about that. That was just a small little tangent based off the fact that D Ford and Nick Bosa likely will not participate in Sunday's matchup, which is fine. Which is absolutely fine. Let's see. Is there any other news or notes that I missed that I did not discuss? I don't believe so. I think that got most of it. So we're getting there. We're getting close. We are starting to see the roster develop. Okay, here's one that I didn't mention. Guys who did practice today who had been out. We had cornerback Emmanuel Mosley. We had defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw, running back Elijah Mitchell, which is a really nice sign to see Elijah Mitchell going to be available. Jalen Hurd practiced for the second day in a row, I believe. And then Trey Sermon also practiced. So good sign for the young buck. The coach said, my guy, the coach, good to see you over here, coach. What I've heard is he's got the high ankle. He's going to be out for about a month. What we've been kind of trying to toy with the idea with Hurst is how do we keep him on this roster? When we went through some of the different things regarding IR rules and things like that, PUP, trying to figure out, because Hurst for me personally was one of my favorite players at camp as an interior defensive lineman. As what I did during camp was watch trench play a lot, specifically during padded practices. If it was a padded practice, I was watching offensive line, D-line. And Mo Hurst was a guy who constantly flashed. He is a perfect combination of speed and strength. He really has one of the most explosive first steps on the entire team. And what he does with that ability to interior offensive linemen, he just gives them fits constantly gives interior offensive linemen fits because of that first step get off. But the thing is we might just have to kind of have to hold him on the roster. Just hold him there. I don't think we should cut him. I don't know. I just don't want to lose him. We haven't heard anything new. It still sounds like the same timetable for Hurst. Sounds like it's going to be about 4 weeks. But I like him a lot. I don't want to cut him. I want to keep him. But as you guys know, we have a log jam at the interior defensive line position. We have so many good interior defensive linemen. So, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I know I made the argument when we cut Hurst, or when Hurst was cut from the Raiders, he cleared waivers. No one picked him up. He cleared waivers, and we signed him. I don't know if it would clear waivers. He might, because he's injured and he's out for a month. But it's tough, and I'm not going to do any real roster. I'll do a roster, full-blown 53-man roster prediction. We're going to do that after the game. I want all the information. I want all the information before I just go in and start making predictions. I don't want to make like ongoing adjustment to a prediction. I just want to see the entire offseason play out, and I'll do one final 53-man roster projection based on, and we know how it is. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game in regards to contract, who's getting paid what money, and do you justify letting them go and keeping them for someone cheaper? You know, there's a lot of different factors in play. And Mo Hurst is going to be someone that might be one of the hardest decisions on the team, considering we know he might be out for about 3 to 4 weeks. I hope he sticks around, though. I really, really hope he sticks around, because he really has an opportunity to do something really good with this team. I really do. Jazzy said, do I think Hilliard makes the roster? I think it's too much of a logjam right now at the position there as well, because again, you have Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw. We know they're not going anywhere, but the depth that we have behind those two is turning out to be pretty solid. We really didn't get to see much of Al-Shaair. Al-Shaair went down early in camp. He's been just, again, being cautious. I think they want Al-Shaair available. So they're really not doing too much with rushing him to get back. But in limited time, again, Flanagan Fowles went down in training camp. But he was able to get back, and he showed very quickly in that Chargers game of why he's making this roster. Flanagan Fowles looks like, again, another savage linebacker in waiting. Then you got Griffith. Griffith is dope. I'm a huge fan of Jonas Griffith, number 53. He's been playing lights out. With Flanagan Fowles and Al-Shaair out of camp, it was Jonas that was playing primarily next to Fred as the next guy up in the linebacker room. And then after that, you have Marcel Harris, who's playing well. Again, he's having the position switch going from safety to linebacker, and he's doing a pretty damn good job. So for Hilliard, it's going to be tough. I think for Hilliard, he's a practice squad guy. I think maybe if we weren't so deep, it would be a different discussion. But we are so deep at linebacker, and we are good at linebacker, that I would think we just try and stash Hilliard. I'm not sure Hilliard would be added to another team's active roster. So if we can get him on the practice squad, I think that's a good position to be in for sure. Absolutely. Coach says, Brad, we're loaded. Facts. What sucks is that a lot of good guys are going to get cut, especially on the D line. Dude, cut day this year is going to be intense. Cut day, the final 53, again, we're at 80 right now. We're at 80, and we got to get down to 53. And I had a hard time making decisions going from 85 to 80. Like I was stressing going from 85 to 80 on my projection. I got 3 of 5 right on that projection, but I was still stressing because again, Mo Hurst was kind of like, do I put him on IR? Like, how do I maneuver him around? Again, I realized I can't put him on IR because if I did, he's done for the year. So that's not going to work. We need Mo Hurst this year. We're loaded. We're loaded at certain positions too. We're loaded. I would consider ourselves loaded at running back. I would consider ourselves loaded at linebacker. I would consider ourselves loaded at defensive line across the board. Interior defensive line and edge play. So it's going to be a hard cut day. It's going to be, we're going to look at some guys and be like, damn, we cut him. Like, it's going to be one of those cuts, but that's a good problem to have. Like, I understand it's a problem, but it's a good problem. Again, we'd much rather have this problem, right, coach, rather than like, oh my gosh, can you believe this guy made the roster? Like, we're so thin that this guy made the roster. Like a Shalik Calhoun. Like if a Shalik Calhoun made this roster, like, we're in trouble, but we're not. So it's a great problem. It's a fantastic problem to have. Again, the hope is we get these guys back on the practice squad. We just kick them back to the practice squad, stash them, and we have an opportunity to have a very talented practice squad, which is what I like. I really like it. I love the new rules for the practice squad. Again, we could have 16 guys, 16 representing Big Joe, 16 guys on the practice squad. I believe 2 are protected. Meaning, let's say Mo Hurst, not Mo Hurst, not a good example. I don't think we're cutting. It's tough. Who are we cutting? See, this is tough. Whoever we cut, let's say, for example purposes, we let go Marcel Harris. Let's say we let go Marcel Harris. We could take Marcel Harris if he clears waivers, and we put him on the practice squad. We can protect him, meaning no one can take him. Because what happens on the practice squad is I could literally, as a GM, look across every single team's practice squad, and if I need a guy to contribute, I can poach them. Remember, we did that last year with Josh Rosen. That's how we got Josh Rosen. We got Josh Rosen from Miami's practice squad. So you can take guys from other teams' practice squad. The caveat is they have to be on the active, meaning they have to be on the 53 man. So they have to be good enough to be poached and stuck on the roster. It's not like they can poach and put them on their own practice squad. They got to put them on the real roster. So the thing is, if we get some guys that we really, really like back onto the practice squad, we can protect 2. So we can get 2 guys on there, and they're permanent practice squad locks, not going anywhere. I like that. Also, 2 practice squad guys get elevated each week from the practice squad to the game day roster. Another rule that I like a lot. Again, promotes player development, gets more bodies out there. Again, this is a game of attrition. So get as many bodies as you can on the field and on this roster. I understand why they don't expand the roster. So as long as they're expanding the practice squad, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But it's going to be interesting to see who comes back around. Is this a 4 protected? I might need a fact check. I need a fact checker. Is it 4? You could be right. You could be right. So, yeah. It's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. I like our roster right now. Again, we're going up against the Raiders this week. So I have no idea what the Raiders are going to be putting out there in regards to starters, who's playing what, how long. I just really don't know. But some of the things that I want to be watching, some of the things that I'm going to be watching for example, you guys remember Henry Ruggs, right? It's Ruggs season. If you're a fantasy player, you might be watching Henry Ruggs as well to see, is he worth that low ADP? Is he a value? Is he not? Plus, We get to see guys like Ambry Thomas, Diamador Lenore. That's what I want to see. I want to see Diamador Lenore on Henry Ruggs. I think that's one of the biggest matchups I'm looking for. I want to see Diamador Lenore on Henry Ruggs. Another matchup that I want to see. I want to see Fred Warner on Darren Waller. Would love to see that. Love to see Fred Warner and Darren Waller go at it. Really would love to see that. All right. I got a super chat. We're going to switch course. I'll come back to Raiders roster matchups. But really quick, Gabe asks, would you say Grant Cohn exaggerates Jimmy practice errors? Seems like he's the only one with the take that Jimmy is actually having his worst camp. So I can only speak from my perspective. I don't watch a ton of Grant stuff, so I don't have a great baseline of what he's looking at. But like I said, I can only speak from my perspective. This was my first camp covering the team and watching them day to day. So I can't speak to past camps. I really can't. I can't. But you can't lie. There were times when Jimmy looked really, really good. He looked in team periods. There were certain team periods, especially towards the end of camp, where Jimmy was. I mean, he had this one drive in team period where he was hitting everything across the middle. Kittle, Iuke. He had this beautiful pass to River Craycraft, probably on a 25 in breaking route, threaded it into a hole about this big. And I was like, chill, Jimmy, chill. But you also have inconsistent Jimmy. I think that is real. I think Jimmy's biggest issue right now is just being consistent. You see the ability. You see that he is capable of being a really, really good quarterback. He is. The problem is the consistency, is the back and forth of looking really, really, really good and then throwing a poor pass, and then how he kind of follows up a poor pass. Some of the things that we kind of saw in some practices, not every practice, is like, let's say Jimmy threw a pick, or Jimmy was dicing and he was wheeling and dealing, playing really, really well. Say he made a mistake. Say he made an incorrect read, maybe threw a pick, threw a really, he had some underthrown balls as well. You saw vibe change. You saw a little bit of those inconsistencies start to creep in after a mistake. Those are the kinds of things that I think we want to see Jimmy continue to work on, continue to get better. Again, I can't speak to what kind of camp Jimmy has had in the past. I know Grant has been, I don't know how many camps he's covered. So I can't speak from what he's seen, what his experiences are. I can't do that. I don't know. But there are instances where Jimmy plays really solid, really accurate. And then there are instances where it looks like he's rushed. It looks like he's not in the zone, throws passes behind, or, but just, kind of erratic passes at times. So again, Jimmy's issue is an ability. I think the ability is there. The biggest thing with what we want to see from Jimmy, considering he is a veteran at this point, is we just want to see him be more consistent, just more consistent. And the biggest thing that I want to see from Jimmy is just when a mistake occurs. If a mistake occurs, how does he bounce back? Does it kind of spiral out of control on him and kind of like go down this path? Or does he just let it bounce off him onto the next play, onto the next drive? Doesn't matter. Keeps rolling, keeps going, keeps gunning. So, again, like I said, for me personally, the biggest thing would just be consistency, and bounce back after mistakes. That's it. Those are my biggest two critiques of Jimmy. And I think those two things translate into his accuracy issues. Because when he's on point, he's in the groove, he's flowing, he's accurate. When he's not flowing and he's not in the groove, that's when you get passes behind the receiver. That's when you get underthrown balls. It just feels like there's a, there's times when he looks really solid and times when you would want to see him look a little better. So I don't know if he's having his worst camp. I can't speak to that at all. So I don't know. I don't know if he's exaggerating or not. I have no idea. But all I can speak to is, again, it's just hard. It's just hard. You're watching two quarterbacks dealing with inconsistencies, but Trey has a huge ceiling. Trey can make every single throw. He's got the running ceiling. So it's just like, they're playing around the same level. It's just one is very young and has a huge, huge ceiling, and the other one's a vet. And just want to see the vet be a little bit more consistent at this time. So it is what it is. I don't think Jimmy had like a terrible camp by any stretch of the means. Quick question about this. I don't know if you guys are talking about this. I've never seen him respond to anything other than super chats. I haven't watched him in a while. I'm streaming on 4 platforms right now: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So I got a lot of questions to look through, a lot of comments to look through. The best way to get my attention, obviously, is if you get the super chat in, like, you go straight to the top of the list. That's just how it works. Just how it works. Nothing against anything. I try to read as much as possible, but especially too when I get going, like, I'm not really following too much along with the chats at certain times. So I do respond. Oh, let's go. New subscriber alert. We see you, Birdman. Let's go. We see you. All right. So, like, for example, now I'm looking for my next question. What do we got? Aha. So a lot of talk about this. Kai Too Nice says, do you think the Taysom Hill role, which is, the Saints, Taysom Hill, what we've seen in the past, he has this ability to, be a run threat, play like a tight end as a receiver, but he can also play quarterback. What Kai is saying, do you think the Taysom Hill role for Trey Lance will hurt his development? If the Taysom Hill role, which is what I think about, is using him as a receiver, using him as a weapon, like an offensive weapon, not as a quarterback. If you're using Trey Lance as an offensive weapon, I don't advise against it. Or I advise against it is actually what I would say. I don't want that at all. I think that would be a misuse of assets in regards to what we have. Like, first of all, Trey Lance is very athletic. Trey Lance is a really good runner. But he's not a receiver. Trey Lance isn't running routes. Trey Lance isn't running route trees. He's not. So that's the thing. With the whole, like, 2 quarterback thing, me personally, again, I'm not Kyle Shanahan. I'm not in those meetings. I don't know what the hell he's cooking up. I don't know. It could be something that's way more foolproof than what I'm thinking, what you're thinking in regards to the Taysom Hill thing. I'm just not a big proponent of two quarterbacks on the field at the same time. I'm not a big proponent of having 2 quarterbacks switch in and out. That's just not my vibe. It's just not. I'm very big on getting guys in rhythm. I think momentum and rhythm, especially at the quarterback position, is huge. And I think one of the biggest things that having a 2 quarterback system does is it takes guys out of rhythm. It takes guys out of that momentum. It takes them away from what they're doing. Who knows? Maybe it makes them question themselves. What if they made a mistake and then get taken out, and then the other guy comes in and makes a really solid play? Like, I just feel like it's a dangerous slope to go down. And not only that, I don't think Trey Lance is Taysom Hill. Trey Lance is a pocket quarterback. Trey Lance is a pocket quarterback that can happen to run you over and lower your shoulder or beat you to the edge. In one of my draft evaluations, I think I did of Trey Lance when I did my first quarterback ranking, I think back in January, I called him the Derrick Henry of quarterbacks. He runs like a running back. He runs like a running back. He doesn't run like a receiver. He runs like a running back. And a perfect example of him running like a running back is I talk about this play all the time. I think it's fascinating because it's the very first play Trey Lance ever ran with the first team in training camp. The very first play ever in his career that Trey Lance ran with the first team offense. And it was one play. It was one singular play. And that play was a quarterback counter. Designed quarterback counter with Mike McGlinchey pulling from the right side off the center's hip, off the left center's hip, up the hole with Trey Lance right behind him. And what Trey Lance did was set up Mike for a block. So a lot of times you'll see this is some running backs are really good at setting up their blockers, meaning they draw the defender to the blocker and then make the cut once the blocker engages with the defender. Some running backs aren't good at that. Sometimes they make the cut too soon, which then changes the angle of the defender and they get themselves tackled. So what was so fascinating about that first play that Trey Lance ever ran with the ones, it was a design quarterback run, but he set up Mike McGlinchey for the safety because when Trey Lance was running, like he got right on McGlinchey's backside and was just waiting. He just kind of stayed there because he knew the safety was about 10 yards out and he had to draw the safety in because if he went past Mike, the safety just tackles Trey. And so Trey was patient, and then made his cut once he drew the safety in. Mike makes a block. Trey Lance's first play behind the first team would have been like a 60, 70-yard touchdown run on a designed quarterback counter. So if you're going to use Trey, that's how you use him. You use him as like a running back. If you're going to use his ability, his ability is like a running back, where Taysom Hill to me is like a wide receiver / tight end, if that makes sense. Dakota Mule, appreciate you, man. I really do. Dakota Mule says, great analysis. Appreciate your input. Thank you so much for the super chat, Dakota. I really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. Shout out all the homies. So that's the thing. Back to the Taysom Hill question. I don't like it because when I think of Taysom Hill, I think of gadget. I think of gimmick. I think of just too much, too cute. There's a level of cuteness that I like from my play design. I think Kyle, for the most part, does a really, really good job of designing efficient, effective plays with a lot of motion and a lot of movement. Sometimes there's a lot of motion and a lot of movement. It's just a bunch of cute stuff. Like I think of Nagy, Chargers head coach. I look at him and I look at a lot of cute. There's a lot of cute stuff that just I don't really see translate to being beneficial for anything. Because it doesn't work when he does it. So it just looks like it's a bunch of cute stuff that like, look at what we can do when we move around. Like, I don't like that stuff. You either do what you do well or you don't. So that's the thing is I don't like the 2 QB system. I don't think it benefits anyone. Yeah, I just don't like it. This is a fun little one. Zach says, "I promise Kaepernick was faster than Lance." Um, you might be right in straight line. In straight line speed, he might. He might. But Kaepernick absolutely did not have the level of awareness and like short area quickness that Trey Lance showed. I went to training camp when Cap was a rookie. I was there. One of my again, I've talked about this play before on the live before, but one of my favorite plays from Kaepernick as a rookie was him escaping outside to the left, him deciding to tuck it and run, him finding but he basically was going down the lane on the left sideline, and it was him and Taylor Mays. Taylor Mays was probably about 40 yards away. You guys remember Taylor Mays? Taylor Mays didn't last long, but he was fast. He was a good athlete. And I just remember Cap running in a straight line. Taylor Mays had the angle on him, and Kaepernick dusted Taylor Mays for like a 60-yard run touchdown. It was beautiful. So I think in straight line, Cap might be faster in a straight line, but I would say that Lance is by far a more dynamic runner. The problem with Kaepernick, he had no lateral. Nothing was happening lateral. He needed to get those big legs moving, those big strides going into a straight line. He was a straight line guy. Really good straight line speed. With Lance, he's dynamic. He's really dynamic as a runner in regards to shiftiness, all that kind of stuff. Kai says, I see Lance being used in the red zone until he's ready to start. Thank you for answering. Great input. I actually like that. So that's not gimmicky to me. Like, if you were to put Lance in a red zone situation and put him in at quarterback so that you could utilize the zone read, which again makes the defense play 11 on 11 football, then I'm more open to that. I think that would be great because we saw a little bit of what Lance can do around that area. We've seen in practice what the zone read does. I know we haven't seen it in preseason, and we probably won't see it in preseason, but I like that thought process. I could be okay with that. Because if you're introducing zone read in the red zone, I like that concept a lot. I do. Shout out Kai. Appreciate the super chat, bro. The coach is my guy. Something else that coach is anticipating once Trey develops his ability to make the O-line right with his pocket movement, shifting angles for easier pass pro, Jimmy tends to get cement feet. I think we've already seen Trey Lance and his ability to set up his own line. I think that's one of, being a former offensive lineman, again, the guys behind me can make me look a lot better than I really am. If they do their jobs, again, it's just controlling angles and controlling pursuit angles and all of those things. If you understand that and you just have a sense for it, especially in the pocket, 100%. And I think that's what we've seen from Trey Lance. Trey Lance has a really strong pocket awareness, which means if he's feeling flush from a side, he knows where to go. He knows where to bounce out, which again is helpful for his offensive line because typically what might be a sack for comparison sakes, because it's what we have to compare, like say Jimmy Garoppolo got kind of stuck like in the stuck in the pocket. He's not really bouncing out, right? We saw the really solid scramble that he had against the Chargers. That was super nice. But I think that's going to be another small nuance of Trey Lance's game, just the ability to be aware like that hyper awareness of angles and leverage and where you need to be to help set your guys up for blocks. I've already seen that from him as a rookie. Again, because I think that also translates into his running ability. He does that as a runner. So it also kind of translates to him as a pass blocker or a passer, pocket passer as well. So I think you're anticipating correctly, Coach, per usual. Coach always be spitting fire. Oh, the Zamu. The Zamu. Let's see. Is he trolling me? We'll find out. Zamu says, I hear a lot of Trey Lance talk, but what about the real Trey? Trey Sermon. Any thoughts on him and maybe taking over the starting running back spot? See, this is a trap from Zamu. We got a fantasy draft tonight. This is a trap. This is an absolute trap. He's trying to get me to show my cards on where I think Trey Sermon is going to go. You sneaky son of a gun. But I got you. I got you, my guy. Trey Sermon was fantastic in training camp. In regards to usage, you want to know how the usage goes? Raheem Mostert started, I think, every team period that he was available, but it wasn't consecutive. The second guy in like clockwork was Trey Sermon. Trey Sermon consistently won 1v1 matchups in the passing game. He showed extremely solid hands in the passing game. So Trey didn't have the best, I think, opening start that a lot of people wanted to see from him against the Chiefs. I tried to remind them, he's not with the starting offensive line. The holes weren't really there for him. He had to try to create as much as he could. I'm excited to see what he looks like behind Alex Mack and what he looks like behind Trent Williams. I think it'll be a lot different. And he could actually very well be our primary receiving back. So I know Raheem Mostert had a couple struggles here or there in at least one-on-one drills in regards to bringing some of the catches in. Trey Sermon was pretty solid every day that I saw him in that regard. So I think the 1-2, I've been talking about it ad nauseum all offseason. So like from a fantasy perspective, I think the stack is going to be legit because maybe Trey Sermon's ADP at this point is going up a little bit, but I'm pretty sure Mostert has a really low ADP. And I think it's really going to be a 1-2 punch combo. Again, we know Kyle. Kyle doesn't have workhorse backs. He doesn't. He has a back for every situation. So, but to me, it's clear that it's going to be primarily the Mostert and Trey Sermon show. So, good question, Samu. I'm drafting him, though. You're not taking him. Don't touch my Sermon, boy. Let's see. James says, love hearing your input on stuff. Love the zone read plays for Lance even more. Oh, my gosh, guys. Shout out, James. I appreciate you, man. Bro, you guys haven't even seen it. You guys haven't even seen the offense. There's two offenses. There's a Trey offense, tons of zone read, quarterback counters, quarterback powers, tons of different things. And then all the stuff that comes off of the zone read and RPOs, zone read RPOs. We haven't seen that in games. We saw it in practice. We saw it in practice. We saw it 2 days in a row in practice, and we were like, oh my gosh. We've been talking about our defense, right? All camp. How good they are. When Trey Lance was running zone read, dude, he was cooking our defense. Absolutely cooking us. And again, I understand Kyle's not going to show those cards. There's no reason to. He's not going to. He started setting it up against the Chargers. And I loved it. He ran, I think, 2 to 3 plays where, again, wide receiver in motion. He zone read action to the wide receiver in motion, then turns and hands it off to the running back. So again, it's the same thing we always see. You could run 2 or 3 different plays off one formation, and you add the zone read. So this is the thing. You add the zone read. In that situation, he could hand off to the wide receiver, he could hand off to the running back, or he can pull it and go. And meanwhile, that defense is playing 11-on-11 ball. And if that guy who's responsible for Trey Lance doesn't pick up Trey Lance is gone. So tons of stuff. Coach, I see you in the chat, bro. I see you. Bro, Coach, I love the coach, man. Coach is legit. The coach is legit. A lot of you guys are legit. I'm starting to, again, I see you guys all the time. Keith knows I love my sourdough Brad references. Trey offense and the sourdough Brad offense. Let's go. He knows. He knows how to get to me. He knows how to get to me. Oh man. Appreciate it. Look at the chat coming together. Try to get your boys some likes on the stream. I got some legit. I got some real ones in the chat. Shout out my guys. I apologize, Instagram. Instagram's chilling over here with 29 people. I love you guys. I just wish the app was a little bit better. I don't like this app anymore. Nothing about the people on the app. I love the community. Just the app is not fun. Let's see. Maybe I'll answer a question from Instagram since I've been completely neglecting them this entire time. How do I feel about Trent Sherfield? He's nice. With us, they keep him. Yeah, Trent Sherfield, like I said, that's why I'm buying Trent Sherfield stock everywhere. Buy Trent Sherfield, because if any one of the top 3 wide receivers get dinged up, whether that's Iuke, Sanu, or Debo, the person who is going to benefit the most is Trent Sherfield. On top of that, once Trey Lance gets in, Trent Sherfield is going to benefit even more, because Trent Sherfield and Trey Lance, they had the most eye-opening chemistry and rapport of the entire camp, at least from a quarterback receiver standpoint. So don't sleep on Trent Sherfield, man. Again, he's a little bit buried. He's like maybe one, so you got Iuke 1, Debo 2, Sanu 3A, Trent Sherfield 3B. I think Sanu and Sherfield are pretty even. It all depends on if Kyle wants a big slot or a normal slot. That's only going to be the differentiator in the packages that they use. So I think Trent Sherfield's going to be super nice. I think he's going to be nice. I got him everywhere. I got him in, gosh, I think I'm upwards of 7 or 8 leagues now. I got Trent Sherfield. So it's different. I have him in Dynasty. I would say, I know a lot of people are drafting right now, redraft leagues. I need to, it's probably not, he might be the last pick right now. I don't know. I don't know what his value is in redraft. So I don't know. I do know is I'm grabbing him everywhere in Dynasty though. So that's what I care about. EMA. No, I didn't get your beats. Where'd you send them? Sorry, dude. My messages on Instagram, Twitter, it's shambles. Constantly in shambles. I didn't see if you sent me some beats. I didn't see where. So we'll see. We'll see. What else we want to talk about? Juwan Jennings is going to become our own Marquise Colston. Ooh, the Saints comp. I like that. That's not bad. I like that comp, actually. That's a unique comp. You don't hear too many people getting comped to Marquise Colston. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a couple of years. I like that though, because I know what you're talking about. He's a bigger bodied wide receiver, but has the ability to move, which is I think what Juwan Jennings has shown. He really, really has shown that. Ego. Oh, that's not ego. Here we go. Ego. I'm ready for some damn wizardry against the Raiders. Me too. I am. We're not going to see it in preseason. Just remember that. We're not going to see it in preseason. We're not. But we will see it week 1. Week 1's going to be fun. Week 2 is going to be fun. Week 3 is going to be fun. Obviously, the offense will be tailored a little bit differently, more to what we've come to know with Jimmy Garoppolo. If he hasn't officially been named week 1 starter, but we are anticipating he will be named the week 1 starter. So the offense will still get the wizardry in regards to Kyle Shanahan and his scheming ability. But the real wizardry, I've seen it with my eyes. It will come when Trey Lance gets his time to play. So I'm just excited for you guys. I'm excited for you guys and for what's to come, because it's fun. Dude, it's fun. It's fun having a quarterback. There was one play Trey Lance had against the Chargers. I think it might have been a 3rd down play. I couldn't remember if it's 3rd and 6 or 2nd and 6. It was a play that, maybe with more of a prototypical pocket passer would have been a sack. I think if we've seen Nick Mullins in there, if we saw CJ Beathard in there, based on the things that we've seen in the past, probably would have been a sack. Either would have been punt or a long 3rd down conversion to be had. But what happened is again, I know Coach talked about it earlier, talked about Trey Lance's awareness in regards to his offensive line and angles and pursuit angles, and his ability and how that relates to pursuit angles from defenders. He moved up into the pocket, bounced it out to the left, and converted a first down. And converted a first down with his legs. And I was just like, I had one of those moments where it like almost brought a tear to my eye. Like it legitimately almost brought a tear to my eye. Like not really, but figuratively brought a tear to my eye, because what we've talked about, like there's been a lot of plays where we've gotten sacked because of coverage sacks, or we held the ball too long. We didn't hit our with the right timing. We didn't find the correct read with the right timing. We have a guy though on the team that, let's say all that stuff breaks down, he has an ability to shake free. He has an ability to do that Russell Wilson stuff. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be a huge Russell Wilson guy in the sense of, really just break outside the pocket, running. I mean, he has done it. I can't lie. He did it to Trent Sherfield. It was Richie James. He had a really nice pass rolling out to the left, and he actually had a nice touch pass to Richie James. So it's exciting, man. It's exciting having a quarterback that can move and pick up first downs, 2-point conversions. He picked up that 2-point conversion with his legs as well. So when he gets his time, we don't know when that time will be. We don't. But when he does get the time to show what he's really capable of, I think 49er fans are going to be very happy. They're just going to be very happy. So don't worry. We'll see. We're almost there. I I see a Raider fan in here. Pastor Raider, I pray for this as well. Pastor Raider says, I just pray that fans don't kill each other at the preseason game on Sunday. I pray for that too. Again, we love talking crap about the Raiders to Raider fans, but we do it in a way where we're just talking about football. Like, just keep it about football. We could talk as much crap as we want about football. It's when we start throwing the personal digs at each other is when it gets tense. So I'll say this. I went to the last Battle of the Bay in 2018. It was a great vibe. It was really mixed with Raider fans and 49er fans. Like, there was a really solid mix of both fan bases represented. But what was really cool about it was so many Niner and Raider fans came together. Like, they came, like, you saw 49er jerseys walking with Raider jerseys and all over the place. Like, even for me, example, I came with my Raider buddy. He was a Raider fan. So it was a good vibe. I imagine we'll get that same vibe on Sunday. Especially, Raiders on Las Vegas now. The Bay Area rival isn't as tough as it used to be. It just doesn't feel the same to me, at least. So I think it'll be fine. Like I said, I went 2018, a regular season game, prime time, Thursday night football. It was a blast. Great atmosphere. Great atmosphere again. It was both Raider and Niner fans well represented. So I imagine it'll be the same. Of course, you know how it is. All it takes is one bad apple. There are plenty of bad apples out there. Luke Luna says, Jimmy for stability, Trey for ability. I trust Kyle. I trust Kyle too. I think the competition or the offseason is, I think it's taken a toll on a lot of us at certain times. But I just, again, they have so much information that we don't. They're working off so many different angles that we're not. Like, we view everything through like one lens. Football performance. How do you perform on the field? But guess what? There's so much politicking in football. There's so many there's contract situations that need to be taken into account. How much money is certain guys getting paid? There's all kinds of things that play into decisions that are made that are also not about just football, believe it or not. So we all try to evaluate from purely a football perspective, but we understand Kyle, John, everyone in that front office, they're operating off a different set of standards, and that's okay. So we're along for the ride. We've stated our opinion on both quarterbacks, what they do well, what they could work on, and then it's up to Kyle to manage it. So I trust him to manage it. So let's get it, Kyle. Let's get it. What's up, Isaac? What's good, Richie Rich? Hey, I think it's going to be Jimmy starting week 1 too. It makes the most sense to start Jimmy week 1. Again, so many different things at play, so many different elements. It is what it is. Whatever happened to Adrian Colbert? Oh, Adrian Colbert got cut a while ago. 2018. All that kind of stuff. Tell him, coach. Preach. The money finds the field. Football 101. Apparently the money finds the YouTube as well. Shout out, coach, man. He ain't lying. He's preaching. Again, you probably heard me say it like 20 times. These players, these GMs. Oh, Don Burr. Good to see you, Don. They follow the money. Just like everything in life. You want the answer to any question in life, any question in life, you want the real motivation, follow the money. Follow the money. The money tells you everything. So once you track down the money, then you track down everything else. It's a lot easier to understand where everything is going to be put into play. Like, for example, we have a money situation at the tight end position. Michael Pruitt, who was hurt for most of training camp, he has barely seen the field. He saw the field against the Chargers, but he's making like almost $1 million. He's making a lot of money, guaranteed, for a third tight end. So those are the things that you have to look at, because when we were looking at the third tight end, we're looking at, well, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Pruitt or is it going to be Warner? Well, Pruitt's making the most money. Pruitt by far is making more money than Warner. So those are the things that you have to keep in mind. Like, if it wasn't for that money, Pruitt wouldn't even be a thought process for me, really, because he hasn't been available. But he's got guaranteed dollars that the 49ers have paid him. So you got to find the money. Let's go. The Raiders. I'm excited. It's Arden Key revenge game. Arden Key's going to have 3 sacks. Calling it now. Look at Don Burr slandering us per usual. Arden Key got cut for a reason. He's a bum. You got Hurst too. Another bum. Another cut bum. Good old Don. Love Don. Don's a fun one. Arden Key revenge game. It's coming. 3 sacks. Calling it. Let's go, Arden. Arden is about to make Colton Miller look like a silly little man. Let's go, Arden. It's time. I'm excited. I'm going to the game. I'll be there on Sunday as well. Shout out. I have 2 tickets too. DM me if you want them. I got them for sale. So if you guys need 2 tickets, hit the DMs. I got you. Oh, good. That's a good hypothetical, Richie. I like this hypothetical. I don't want to put it out there, but I think it's a good hypothetical. Say Warner gets banged up or isn't available. How do I think we'll do without him? I like our linebacker core, man. Fred Warner is irreplaceable. Fred Warner is the best linebacker in the NFL. It's all pro Fred. That's Fred. He's the best. But obviously, we understand football is a battle of attrition. I really like Al-Shaair. I just want to see Al-Shaair. We haven't heard too much about him. But I think Al-Shaair is capable. I think Flanagan Fowles is capable. Again, Dre Greenlaw is capable. Marcel Harris has shown a lot. Jonas Griffith has shown a lot. So it wouldn't be ideal, obviously, but I think we'd be okay. We'd be able to survive. It wouldn't be a situation where we would just be toast. I think we'd be okay. Don Burr calling week 1 score prediction. Detroit Lions 49, Niners 9. Oh, where's the Jets page? We made a bet yesterday. The coach, chat legend, bet a Jets fan that what was it? Trey Lance have better stats QBR than Zach Wilson. Legends. Bets being made in the chat. Got to see it. Or love to see it. No, I didn't get those beats. Did you send them on IG? My DMs are disaster. Absolute disaster. I'll look after this. I didn't see them. But like I said, I get so many messages a day. It's almost impossible to keep up on. Shout out Luke. Coach, yeah, we see you. 100 on it. 100 on it. All right. I'll do a couple more questions. We're 115. We're getting at it. We're getting up there in time. I'll do a couple more questions, and then we're going to bounce out. Today's Friday, so I know all y'all hyped. It's the weekend. It's Raider weekend because I don't care that it's preseason. I really don't. I love playing the Raiders. I love it. I love it so much. It's so much fun. I love the trash talking that comes along with it. So many of my friends are Raider fans, so it's a lot of fun. Oh, he sent them an email. All right, I'll take a look. I will definitely take a look. Good question. That was a good comment, Peyton. That's funny. Shout out Coach, dude. Coach is the man. I love Coach, bro. The Coach is a legend. How do I feel about Moore? I really like Jalen Moore. Again, I definitely think Jalen Moore is a tackle. I want to keep him at tackle. Any like little string of narrative that he should like somehow play right guard. I think Moore needs to play tackle. And Brunskill's our best right guard. So Tarvarius Moore actually could come back in, I think, about like a month or two. He could come back probably like middle of the year. So we'll see. I think he has a. You're talking about free safety. I think he has the potential to. I think he has the potential to do well and come back and play this year. I don't think he's out for the year. But one of the key indicators, too, about that is the 49ers didn't put him on IR. They didn't put him on IR, so that means he's not done for the year. He can come back. So I anticipate he will come back. They talked about him as a healer, being a fast healer, all that good stuff. So I like it. Oh, hell yeah. Coach is my guy. Shout out Coach every single day. If you don't like it, you just jealous. Because, again, look at my boy. Look at him. Look at Coach, bro. Coach is the freaking man. The coach says, I'm sick of your jaw jacking, Don. Put your bread up. How much you putting on your lines? Tired of you bumping your gums. You in here trolling for free. Oh, get him, Coach. Get him. Get Don Bird. Get him, Coach. Y'all wonder why I love Coach so much. This man's a legend. Coach the GOAT. That's right. Tell him, Coach. Coach equals GOAT. GOAT, dude, we noticed it day one. Coach is a real one, man. We noticed it day one. He started showing up in the chat. We're like, all right. Coach is a real one. Where you at, Don? A lot of silence from Don right now. Don, where you at, bro? Luke Luna says Kevin Givens hasn't made much of a splash. Actually, he's been a really consistent performer in camp. I think Kevin Givens absolutely has a spot. I think he might be suspended a couple games. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know Jordan Willis is suspended the first 6 games. I can't remember if Kevin Givens is suspended for like 2 games. I feel like he might be. But I thought Kevin Givens had a good camp. I thought it's like him and Mo Hurst. Him and Mo Hurst like are very similar. Him and Mo Hurst very similar. Oh, let's go. Don Burr says, name the price. I'll take your stymie check. Who else? Let's go. You hear it. Put your bread up, Don. Oh, I love this. If we get 2 bets in 2 consecutive days in this chat, I'm loving life. If we get 2 consecutive bets in this chat, I love it. Name the price. I'll take your stymie check. Who else? Oh my gosh, this is pure entertainment. This is pure comedy. Hey, Evan. I love you too. Have a good day. Bye. Oh man, so good. So if you guys are watching on Instagram, the select few, we have a Lions fan that's always in our chat or always in the live, always talking mess about that week 1, how they're going to get the dub. Lions are going to beat the 49ers. And the legend coach said, put your money where your mouth is. Now we got bets being made. Oh my goodness, what's going on? The coach says $100. Let's get it now. Loser can't come in the chat for 2 months. Ooh. You get a chat ban. You get a chat ban if you lose. But that's kind of an L for me because if coach I don't want you banned from the chat. But we ain't losing. So I feel it. I love it. It's the confidence. Where's Don? Don, where you at? Hello from Germany. What's up? That's hilarious. Let's go. Coach or Don Burr, where you at? You taking a little long to respond. All right. So coach says $100. Let's get it now. Loser can't come to the chat for 2 months. Don Burr says $100 bet it is. And once we spank you, I'm not coming back. No way. LOI play you once every 5 years. Oh my God. Oh, we got Sweden in the chat. What's good? That's hilarious. So is that a bet, Don? Again, the rules have to be specified. They have to be clear. And what seals the bet is the handshake emoji. Bets aren't real until the handshake emoji comes out. All stipulations have been spelled out. I screenshot it, and we keep the receipts. That's how it works. That's how it works. Which good player playing well or playing will Givens push out? See, that's the thing. It's like you got Zach Kerr, you got DJ Jones, you had Mo Hurst, you had Kevin Givens, Jason Barrett, you have Darian Daniels. We have a bunch of solid dudes on that interior D line. Again, it's going to be that position. I need to actually sit down and do my homework, and I need to actually build out a roster because someone's getting cut that we don't want to get cut. So it is what it is. Oh, we got another one. Ego wants that bet too. Ego wants the smoke too. Coach and Ego want all the smoke from Don Burr. They're tired of Don in these Niner chats. This is amazing. This is amazing. Coach wants his fade. Fade him up. He wants that bread. Give him the stacks all day, Don. Oh, Don's saying this my chat till after the game. One, I run this. Well, you got to put your money where your mouth is, my guy. And then here it is. There's the handshake. We got one handshake emoji. One handshake emoji indicates one party is locked in on the bet. The bet is $100. Lions versus Niners. Straight up win-loss. No point spread. Loser is gone for 8 weeks. Run it. So, coach put his money where his mouth is again. This is second bet that coach has done in consecutive days. This is why coach is a GOAT. Oh, Vanessa, we see you transfer. We see the great migration. We see the great migration happening. We see it. IG like low key dead. I ain't gonna lie. IG, I love IG. I love the community of IG, but when IG you got 87,000 followers and you got 20 people in your live, That's a Instagram problem. That's an app problem. And I got 5,000 subs on YouTube, and we're chilling at about 140, 150. That's an app problem. Instagram does not have a good app. Yeah, we run in bookie. We run in bets all day. Or no, where'd it go? This one. We're bookie, online bookie now. Oh, but I see one handshake. I see one handshake. I don't see another handshake, Don. It sounds like you're kind of backing out a little bit. All that talk for months. Easy money. Let's go. Peyton says Don is hella quiet. Yeah. No, shout out my 20 qualities. Like, you guys are quality. You guys are, yeah, we're on YouTube right now. We're all the shenanigans is happening on YouTube right now. All the shenanigans happen on YouTube right now. Same name, the SF Niners, if you guys want to come watch. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. Who is Don running to tell? Dan Campbell don't listen to anything but himself, because he's going to bite your kneecaps if you come anywhere near him. Come anywhere near him. He ain't going to do it. He ain't going to pull out the handshake. He ain't going to do it. Don ain't going to do it. We see you. It's way more popping over here. It is what it is. You see why. You see why. Here it is. Don, where you at, boy? Don got real quiet. Don got real quiet. Let's go. Let's go. Don, where's the handshake, man? Once you drop the handshake emoji, it's binding. It is binding bet. Drop the handshake. Drop the handshake. Ooh! Look at Ego. Look at Ego. Ego says, I'll double it. So now we got two bets going. We got a $100 bet from Coach, and we got a $200 bet from Ego. Hey, Don, like, this is a perfect opportunity, man. All that talking, you got to handshake them. It doesn't become real until that handshake comes out. You got some boys chomping at the bit. You got 200 from Ego on the line. And, hey, trust me, based on everything that I've seen from Ego and Coach, these boys are good for it. These boys are absolutely good for it. These boys are I mean, look at them. Look at them. These boys are absolutely here for it. Come on, Don. Where's that handshake emoji? The boys want it. They smelled the blood in the water. Don, where's the handshake at? Let's go. Great migration. We see you. We see the great migration. All right, where are we at? No handshake. I don't see it. Y'all read this slow. $100 bet is on. You need a handshake. Don, it's not real without the handshake emoji. It's not. You need to drop. Do you know how to work emojis? Don, do you know how to work? Do you know how to work emojis? I'm gonna answer that question. Answer that question first. Dude, they're calling you out, Don, man. You built quite the reputation. Oh, this is fun. Hand shook the Coach. Detroit wins bet is on $100. Doesn't count. I need the handshake emoji. He's still not doing it. He's still not doing it. This isn't a hand. You know, it's not a handshake. It's not a handshake. Like, literally, you put all those emojis. You literally could have just put the handshake emoji. You literally could have put the handshake emoji. That's all you could have done. That's all you could have done. Man. So, again, it's not a bet, Don. It's not a bet until I see that handshake emoji. That's how it works. That's how it works, Don. Come on, Don. They said, Coach said keyboard broke, huh? Don's nervous. Oh, man. They're coming after you, man. That's all you need. It's the handshake emoji. He used all the other hand emojis except the handshake emoji. Look, he's using hand emojis except the handshake emoji because he's scared. It's okay. It's okay. How many on YouTube right now? I got 130 on YouTube. 130 on YouTube, 5,000 subs on YouTube. We got 17 on Instagram, nearly 90,000 followers with 16 people. Shout out Instagram. Dude, Don, this might be your ending. Man, I thought Don was going to come in strong. What's going on, Don? All it took is a handshake emoji. That's it. That's it. He'll use every other hand emoji except the handshake emoji. It's an end of an era. I think we might see it be coming to an end. I think so. R.I.P. Don. Oh man, where is he? Where'd he go? Don's hands are clammy and sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. Dang. Is that how Don's going out? I think that's how he's going. Bro, handshake emoji. He's not going to do it. So if you're on the bet is, I see you asking the question. We got two bets in play. One $100 bet. Detroit beats, or it's basically Detroit. Whoever wins, 49ers of Detroit, the person wins get $100, and they can't come in the chat for 2 months. Another guy, my guy Ego, said, I'll put 200 on it. Same bet, 200. Same bet, 200. So we got two bets. Total value, 300. All we need is a handshake emoji from one party, and that's Don Burke. Ego, this dude throwing up gang signs. Oh, did we get it? We got a handshake emoji. Let's go. We got the emoji. So that's a one $200 bet and one $100 bet. Let's go. Don. I'm so hyped right now. Let's go. I'm screenshotting it right now. Give me a sec. I got to screenshot the parameters. We got to keep the receipts. So we got a $200 bet from Ego. We are screen capturing that. Capture. And we are... Oh, did I lose my... All right. Well, we know exactly what Coach put up. Coach is the originator of the bet. So I got this. We're going to screenshot that. We know Coach is $100 in. Coach with two back-to-back $100 bets with opposing fans. Coach is a GOAT. No Coach slander is allowed in this chat. And we got the boy Ego in on it too. And we got the boy Ego in on it too. Let me get Don Burr's Stuff taken care of. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Let's go, Don. Good job, Don. Everyone give Don a round of applause. Let's go. Good job, Don. So we got 2 bets. 2 bets on the line against week 1. Hell yeah, you are. Both of you guys message me on Instagram. Proof of payment. We're holding Don Burr's feet to the fire. We're holding Don Burr's feet to the fire. He shook on it. We have the power of social media behind us. We can throw waves and waves of people at you. So probably want to pay up. Let's go. Hey, shout out Don, though. Real talk. You guys know I love Coach. Ego's balling out. Shout out Luke. I see you. Hey, but let's give props to Don, all right? All that talking. He just made 2 bets. He shook on it. And we're gonna assume you're a man of your word, Don. So shout out Don. Don gets a shout out. Good job, Don. We were getting scared there. Don. We didn't think you were gonna come through. He made it. he did it. Shout out Don. For sure. Coach DM me. I got you. Let's go. Peyton's still throwing shade. Would give you an applause emoji, but I guess I couldn't find it. That's hilarious. I mean, we could work something out, but again, we just leave it up to the men. They're both men. Clearly, Coach ain't worried. Because Coach got it like that. So, Don Burr, we respect you, Don, for making it. Oh, it's changed. So it's the official score for Don. Detroit. All right, I'm taking down Instagram. I have 11 people on Instagram. What a joke. Not the people in Instagram. I love you who are watching on Instagram. If you want to watch I'm probably going to shut it down, but I'm going over to YouTube primarily. Instagram is what a poverty app. Instagram is a poverty app. RIP ever since it got taken over by Facebook. Shout out Don Burr. All right. What a great Friday. What a great way to wrap up our Friday. We got Don Burr. We put his feet to the fire. We put Don Burr's feet to the fire. We got 2 bets with Don Burr. You see, he's very confident. He's very confident that his Detroit Lions are going to win, led by Jared Goff, TJ Hawkinson, DeAndre Swift, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Terrell Williams, Brashad Perriman. He's confident. So got 1 bet with the coach for 100. Straight up win or lose. Then you can't be in the chat for 2 months. And then we got another one with Ego, 200. I have to confirm, Don. You agreed to the bet for both, right? It's not just one. Just got to make sure. I know the original bet was with Coach, but that was for Ego as well, right? Got to make sure it's for both. Confirmation. This is confirmation. He made both bets. Okay, so this is why it's very, very important to understand the stipulations of the bet. So Don Burr is only saying he agreed to one bet, and that bet is Coach's bet. Oh, this is fun. I'm enjoying myself. This is a good time. We should have like a live where we do bets between people in the chat. Coach says I'm throwing a 50 in the chat as soon as Don Burr pays me. We smoking that Lions pack on week 1. Put that Lions pack up in the air. All right, so this sounds like Don Burr is only making one bet, and it's with the coach. Don Burr is only making one bet with the coach. I can't make Don accept both. It's up to Don. If he's a man of his word, I will allow him to choose. If he doesn't want to make both, that's fine. That's fine. I would love to see both, but it's okay. It's okay. So I would love to see the bet with Ego go through. Ego is ready. Ego is big ready. We see you, Ego. We see you. But so sounds like it's just Dawn and the coach. All right. I love it. I love it. It's going to be fun. Another reason to be excited for week 1. Coming up here, like really quick. Guys, we made it. We made it. It's Friday. It's Friday right now, right? Yep. We see it. We recognize it. I understand where you're coming from. I get it. I feel it. So one bet with coach, 100. Good. So we made it, guys. It's Friday. We got Raiders on Sunday. That Monday is regular season week 1. We have made it. We've made it. We will know who the starting quarterback is. Maybe not on Monday or Tuesday. Maybe we'll know. Shoot, I don't know. I could imagine Kyle not naming a starter until like literally Sunday or maybe Saturday. So I don't know, but we made it. We made it through the craziest offseason in 49ers history. It has to be the craziest offseason. So we made it. We made it, guys. It's our last week of practice. No more reporters are going to be at practice. So we're going to be really light on practice reports. Those are going to be going away. Not really going to be reporting much on practice. So it's going to be a lot more football based. We're going to be talking about actual games, game time situation, breakdown of games, breakdown of specific players. So I'm excited. We got bets on the line. We got high stakes available. It's going to be good. So I'm excited. That was a lot of fun. Shout out Don Burr for accepting the bet. Shout out Coach for facilitating it. Coach is quickly becoming one of the GOATs of the chat. I'm seeing a couple. It's not just Coach, but Coach he's climbing the charts rapidly. So again, shout out like Raymond, I see you. Luke, I see you. Bang Bang Niner Gang, I see you. Coach, as always. I'm starting to see more of you guys more often, like Elite Evolution. Some of you guys are new. Shout out you guys that are new for coming over. Keith Carter, I see you all the time, my guy. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate everyone who be supporting. Like, look at my guy. Like, look at my guy. Like, Coach is a GOAT. Coach is a GOAT, trying to help us out. Oh, so Keith, you guys got to remind me to do this. I'm going to the game on Sunday. I do want to do the first ever real SF Diners video, like SF Diners food reviews, like in the stadium. I gotta do it. We gotta do it. But shout out my guy Coach. But yeah, the SF Diners, I gotta get it. I gotta get some out. But again, all you guys, again, I'm just getting. We're just ramping up to speed. So I'm starting to see you guys in the chat. I'm starting to see who's around more. Starting to see who's contributing. Like, you guys in the chat are huge for this. Like, huge. It's a lot harder for me to do this without you guys. So appreciate all you guys. I think we're building a nice little community here. It's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. We got bets on the line. Oh man, it's going up. It's going up on a Friday. I hope all you guys, Dakota, good looking, my guy. Good looking. I appreciate you. Means a lot. Really does. Really, really does. It's Friday, man. Be hyped. Be happy. It's the weekend. Most of y'all got no work tomorrow. If you do got work tomorrow, who cares? Because we got week 1 coming down the pipe. It is almost here. Shout out Don Burr. Don Burr, I love you, man. You've been, even though you're in here constantly talking mess, you have also been a fun and welcoming opposing fan. So we thank you for that. And we thank you for putting your money where your mouth is. And we love it. So thank you for that. You get a shout out, Don. You're not just a punching bag for all of us. We appreciate your contributions here. Shout out, Don. I appreciate you, man. That was a lot of fun. Hey, Don knows what he's doing. He's building a brand. Don's building a brand on this YouTube. I don't think he might not know it, but he is. He's doing a good job. Hell yeah. Coach says, Don Burr, you've been a good sport, bro. Appreciate you, especially after I snatched that bread. Let's go. And we're going to end it on that one. Coach dropping the mic on Don. Coach dropping the mic. I'm going to drop the mic too. We out of here. TBD for tomorrow's show. I might take the day off. I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, I'll be at the game. Nah, maybe I'll do one tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a pregame show. Maybe, I don't know, dude. I'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know. We'll get something up. We'll do it. We'll do the vibes. Appreciate everyone. As always, like Elite Evolution says, have a great weekend, everyone. It's going to be a lot of fun. Shout out my guy, Leonardo from Brazil. Or from Rio, right? Yeah. Let's go. International gang. We out here. Let's go. Good luck, Don Burr. Only after first week. Shout out, Carlos. Appreciate you, man. All right, y'all. Like Coach says, be safe, everyone. Have a great weekend. I know I'll see all you guys back here soon. Have a blessed weekend. Be safe and beat the Raiders. Let's go. We out.